Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing figured out. I need to know if you guys can hear me. How's the audio? The audio's okay? Can you hear what I'm saying? Okay, cool. I've never tried the live stream without like a headset, so I'm basically just yelling at the laptop. Mike will be out here in a second. We'll be right back. I would swing this out and show you guys kind of like what the weather looks like here right now, but I think a lot of you get kind of pissed off. It's just blue. It's just blue. All right, I'm gonna go grab something. I'll be right back. Mike should be out in a second. Yeah, they're all on there. Okay. I don't know if this will show up or not. Got some glare on it. There you go. That's outside right now. Let's see what the... It's 70 degrees, so it's tolerable.
All right, here comes Max the pirate dog. Come on, pirate dog. Get him. Which camera are we looking at? Oh, the computer camera? Sweet. What up, tubers?
All right, so stand here and see if I think we can both get in the... Hi, tubers.
What up?
Okay, so let us know if you can hear us. There's a delay, so we have to wait. It's like a 7-second delay.
San Diego. Ray Johnson. Nice vest. Okay, cool. Thank you. I don't know who you're talking about, but we both have them. Small town. Hey, buddy.
All right.
What's happening?
Small town. When are you coming out here?
Yeah, no shit. You want to come out and shoot with us?
Go right now. Let's go.
Malcolm from Phoenix. Hey, bud. All right, you're good. Audio good. Nick makes preps. Bob just takes some spirulina, sort of helps. Hey, Bob. Nick. Awesome. You guys are all there. That's cool.
Spirulina. I think it's probably a plant if he's talking about it.
Yeah, it is.
So you can hear us. Everything's good.
My voice tends to carry, so if I'm over modulating, tell me to use my inside voice. You won't hurt my feelings, but my voice goes out there.
And I talk really quiet.
I don't want to over modulate. And yeah, I got to make up for him because he's really silent. Silent but deadly, like one of those farts.
No filter. So I think this is in response to something
Awesome.
Somebody asked Mike about vests.
Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Our
So
buddy.
I'm just going to be sort of a bystander and chime in. I'm not really the vest guy. He knows a lot more about it than I do.
Well, here's the scoop. Before you guys laugh and say, oh, you guys are wearing airsoft gear. Well, yes and no. Condor has made their way into the airsoft arena for sure. However, Condor makes some really solid products. And if you think that those airsoft guys aren't out there trashing their gear, you're sadly mistaken.
Yeah, they're rougher on it than I'd say we are when we go out for a weekend in the desert.
Definitely. Definitely. So what we've got here is the Condor. This is just a chest harness. It's not the Moab or MO. It's not a plate carrier. It's just a chest harness. He's got the same one, which is actually really cool. When he rolled in here and had the same vest, it was like, oh, I knew we were going to groove because this setup is
The plate carrier.
freaking awesome. Well, he's got a plate there, but that's more of a admin pouch type of thing. I don't use it because it was, to me, it seemed like it was just kind of flimsy.
I don't use it.
So I didn't wear it. So Bob was asking, you know, hey, what kind of he's trying to set up his vest. He's trying to get some gear to, you know, have a shooting vest. And I'll tell you this, size and weight constraint, SAWC, is going to get painted up here on this wall next to suck less, because that is a huge deal when you're dealing with anything where you have to hike, shoot, run away from things or run to things, either or. And dude, I'm telling you, you can easily pack 30, 40, 50 pounds of shit on just this chest rig, not including any sort of backpacks or anything else. We've already found that out. Yeah. Hiking in the desert with stuff like this is brutal if you don't do it all the time, if you don't practice with it.
Yeah, I've taken some things off of this. Like I generally have a pouch right here that kind of folds out and it holds 25 shotgun shells. I don't have any reason to be wearing that at the moment. So I don't know if we're going to go over like what pouches we have and what we have in them. This one doesn't have, I don't have a place on this to carry a handgun.
Well, you do, because this all I did was tuck it into one of my mag carriers right here. This Condor 3-pouch kangaroo pouch, this will hold 2 mags per, and then the vest itself, Taco, show you your deal. The vest itself holds a mag. Okay, so it'll hold 3 here, 3 over on the other side. But I got to tell you, dudes, a 30-round mag of AR ammo is going to weigh 1 pound. So if I was to load this up with the 18 mags that I could put on there, that's 18 pounds without doing anything and not having any other gear on here. That's a lot of shit. That's a lot of weight.
Yeah, so this one will hold 6 magazines. I have a pouch here for a light, and this light, there's a hole in the bottom of this pouch. You can see it right here.
Drainage holes.
So you can actually, you can read by it at night. You can turn on the light. It'll come out this bottom, and you can read a map.
Oh, that's cool.
It's got 3 pistol magazine pouches.
Right here.
This is the radio pouch. The radio's not in here at the moment. I put on my McStabby.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, this is a beast. But it fits right here very well. And then I have, I think both of us, this is my medical. Well, no, this is not a medical pouch. This is miscellaneous. I think I have like a compass and all kinds of nonsense in here. And then we both have a medical pouch on the back, right? You have yours on the back? Yeah. And mine has my blood type on it somewhere. Somewhere here there's a patch.
It says I don't use blood. It's actually beer. Oh, there it is. A positive. Yeah, I'm A positive too, and I don't have it on my back yet. But what's the comments going on here? I'm getting video for Bob's not getting video. What, Bob? This is your video, dude. Restart your computer. Refresh. Picked up Gunner's Condor plate carrier. Not bad. Yeah, you know what? Sappers uses it. I was actually really impressed. And my son has one too that he uses for airsoft. And we put some plates in there to make it stiffer. They're aluminum plates. They're not, obviously they're not armor piercing, armor plates or anything like that. But it stiffened it up really good on the sides and the front and everything. And it worked really well. But Sappers has got his single point sling integrated into his shoulder straps right here. It was a really slick setup. If you can go back and look at some of our Camping with Sappers videos, you'll see some close-ups of his vest. And it was really slick if you like a single point sling. Oh, I'm so dead. Tia, hey, all you can do is get better. Got to have a med kit. Yes. Med kit. I'm going to pull out and come back in a sec. I'll see if that helps, Bob. All right, bud. Man, I hope you get back in here because this is kind of your video, dude.
Yeah. And then you show me your camel back is on.
Okay, so in my setup, I have the kangaroo patches on the front, so I can actually hold 18 rounds. I won't, or 18 mags. I won't do it because it's too freaking heavy. But if I was like in camp or something and I didn't have to go travel, absolutely, I would just load this thing up with mags. Let's see. I've got a pouch right here. This is my binos. And I got a compass in here, a couple other things. I don't really dig this pouch. And some of the Condor shit, you got to really watch out for. This pouch, actually, all the pockets are like upside down. So if you were to undo the zippers all the way, which I glued them so they won't go down all the way. But if you undo it, all your shit will fall out of it. You don't want that. So, and let's add a compass, and I can't get it out right now. But the binos are right here. I can use my rangefinder and put it in here. So that's that. There you go. I also, in my back bottom pouch here, a little spare, there's some tools. There's a backup compass, speed loaders for the ARs when I'm using stripper clips, John Wayne can opener, fire starter, ferro rod, and flint. And just a few miscellaneous tools. I really don't have a cleaning kit in here that I should. I'm so bad. I should have some sort of a minor cleaning kit for AR, just in case something gets gummed up. Multi-tool. The Gerber multi-tool. Soon to be replaced with a taco pouch that will hold a radio. The new addition to my stable. My radio, and it will also hold my multi-tool. It'll have a mag pouch and a pistol pouch, just like what he's got right there, pretty much. That's actually going to work out swell. Yeah. Now, I went with a green. What did you get? What is that, Desert Tan?
It's the
Coyote?
Yeah.
I went with green, but as you can see, all of my pouches are basically multicam. If you guys get multicam stuff, it's licensed. It costs you more. Obviously, you've seen that. So all your multicam shit, why go with a vest that's multicam when you're going to cover it up with pouches, packs, and everything else? Just buy the multicam as you go because you're going to spend a fortune on it anyway. Get a basic rig, and then you can accessorize it however you want. There's my Camelback. And it's not even loaded, but I'm going to tell you, with the medical pouch, the tools, the binos, the mags, I put my pistol right here because these do get in the way of a side saddle, especially if you have a bino pouch or something on the side, a thigh rig, it's going to get in the way of it. So put your pistol up in here, mags over here.
And you want to keep your shooting shoulder free?
Free, yes.
So I got my radio on the right side, and this side is for the butt plate of the rifle, so that there's nothing here. Initially, I think I put the radio pouch over here, and then it was like, wait a minute, what am I doing? So I had to relocate it.
See you, small town. I married the wrong man. Hey, well, you know what? We all make mistakes. Dia. Nice. I like that name, actually. That's very cute. Let me do a bug out bag video. Cool. You know what? Everybody wants to know what's in everybody else's shit. That's how we learn. Excellent. Oh, you're going to go get your shotgun? Mine's in pieces. I took it apart. The military surplus not far from here. You got to watch military surplus stuff. Some of it's all right. I know the surplus store that we've got, it's got a lot of Condor 511 stuff. I like the 511 line of products somewhat. It's a lot of hit and miss, especially if you're buying this stuff on Amazon. Until you can actually physically put your hands on it, you don't know whether the stuff is going to work well for you. My medical pack is kind of the same way. Not only is it offset from the way these retarded things are. Go ahead, Taco. But the medical pouch doesn't match as far as the MOLLE webbing. It doesn't match the loops on the back of this vest. So it was offset a little bit, and I had to recenter it or fix it because I put a pouch here for tourniquet. So I've got a cat tourniquet on right next to the medical pouch, which now makes me 2 tourniquets.
And then this is the shotgun shell pouch that I think it's usually right here. I've taken it off, and this holds 25 rounds.
Nice.
I don't remember. I took it off for something. I think when we were going camping with sappers, I brought this, but I took stuff off I didn't think I needed, and I just didn't put it back on yet.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about these things. I mean, you can integrate it any way you want to, do whatever you want. What up, Pirate Dog? You want to get in on the action?
That's the M and MOLLE modular.
Yes,
these can be
definitely
customized and changed.
You can find
take this this chest carrier section out, and it'll be like his, where it's open in the center. You can pretty much customize these based on what you need it for at the moment, and like if you're going out to do something specific, or based on the weather, you might want to take as much of it off as you can.
Cost of the chest harness, the Condor rigs, I think it's $40.
I don't remember.
I think they were cheap, unless you go multicam. Multicam was like 80. I think these are like $40.
Yeah, probably. And then each pouch, like the
accessories,
the magazine, the pistol mag thing. This was probably like $9, and the light carrier was probably around $7 or $8. It's just little pieces to add on.
Yeah.
The flashlight itself, I don't think costs very much. This is a J5 Tactic. They come in multiple. This is supposed to be Coyote, which it's not even close. I don't know why they call it
like the Coyote threw up on it and camouflaged it.
It's weird, but it wasn't the color I was hoping when I got it, but it'll do.
So yeah, little bits and pieces at a time. I think the kangaroo pouches, I don't think they were 19. I want to lean towards 9-ish. The Condor stuff makes some solid gear. It's cheap. It's very affordable, and it's a really good high quality stuff. The stitching is awesome. There's a lot of box stitching. There's a lot of double stitching. The Velcro on here is stitched up and down and across and all around. And I mean, they've got some good quality, solid stuff. Don't let people fool you and say, well, dude, you're just buying airsoft stuff. Then shut up. It's good quality kit. You'd be hard pressed to find other manufacturers that are going to give you the same. Yeah, it's made in China, but that's the price you pay when you're going to buy competitive products. If some manufacturers here in the U.S. would get their prices down rather than be inflated because they have this great name like 511 and some other manufacturers out there, Banshee, and some other people that are out there. You're paying for a name. You're not paying for the quality. This stuff stands up and it's guaranteed. You can't go wrong.
I like the quality on the Condor and I don't think, like I said, if you were to play airsoft with these, you're going to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
So they probably are more rough on it than we would be. So I don't have any problem with it. I like it. It's cost efficient. It's affordable, and I don't wear it enough to go out and buy the best of the best. And this is definitely good enough for me. So I'm fine with it. I don't wear this hardly. This is like the second time I've ever put it on.
I look my best. I love to wear this. Maxpedition makes some good kit. I've got a couple Maxpedition products because there's Condor. Everybody's limited on what they make. Maxpedition makes a couple of packs and small things that are really awesome, and Maxpedition makes some really good quality products too. It's worth the money. There's another question here about, do you guys wear body armor? No, we do not. One, we can't afford it. Two, if I'm in a position where I need body armor, I'm gonna have to rely up here, and that's probably not gonna get me very far. I'm toast. Just can't afford it, dude. Level 3 body armor is gonna help you against AR-15 rounds. Not only is it heavy, again, size and weight constraint, but it's very expensive. And I'm just not lugging 80 pounds of a body, a chest rig out there when I have to haul my pack, my ammo, my rifle, water, batteries, and everything else. I'm already at 80 pounds. I don't want to add another freaking 40, 50 pounds.
For me, like if I see somebody who's wearing body armor, that to me just says headshot. So I don't, I've never really seen the point. It doesn't stop. A lot of rounds will go right through it. But like I said, if I see somebody with this, I think they might have a plate here. I'm going to aim for the head or the thigh. So I don't know. It's a personal preference. If you want body armor and you can afford it,
you feel better about it.
Okay with I mean, it gets to 112, 115 here. If you want to, I don't want to lug that around. But if where you're at, if you're cool with wearing body armor and it makes you feel better, go for it. But it's just not something. If God means for me to take one in the chest, I guess I'm going to take one in the chest. So.
Hopefully, I'll be running at that point, and they can't hit a moving target because I'm going to be doing the whole Forrest Gump thing, and I'm going to be running all over. You're not going to get me.
There's the payoff between wearing heavy stuff that'll protect you and being mobile and being able to just matrix that shit and dodge it all. So I don't know. I've never been a body armor person, but if you are, great.
And if you go and look at our desert shooting videos, when he first came out, the first time we went out to the desert and it was like 150 degrees, we're shooting a 10-inch steel plate, basically the size of somebody's head, at 300 yards with ARs and minimal scopage. So,
yeah, body armor would be
we can hit you in the melon at 300 yards easy. So it's not like it's going to do you any good. At least, in our opinion, where we are functioning. If you're in Fallujah or you're door kicking, okay, that might help you. It might spare you a little bit, but more than not, it's not going to help you.
Yeah, I'm just not payoff of wearing body armor constantly for the off chance that you might somehow. We're not going to get in a gunfight out at Camp Contingency, so why would I wear that shit all the time? Like he said, if you're in Afghanistan kicking doors in, yeah, I would definitely want to. I wouldn't go out anywhere without body armor. Well, there's snipers, but I mean, we're not going to be dealing with that here, so I'm not concerned with body armor.
Rather carry water than body armor. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Adest. I don't know what that.
I think it's they're talking to a person.
Yeah,
it's a person.
On the Camelback Incorporated on my back, and I've got one on my 511 pack too. I've got two of them, and it's going to be hard, because I could put actually the 511 pack over the top of this. I have to take off my medical kit to do it, but I could put my 511 pack over this, so I got my chest rig and I've got my pack. But man, I'm talking, already 80 pounds, man. It's a lot of weight. I'm an old timer. I'm not 20 years old. I'm not a 20-year-old grunt anymore. I don't do this every day. When we do go walk, it's a challenge to do 3 mile, because it's 1.5 miles to the tank, 1.5 miles back. So our shortest walk generally is about 3 miles. And we don't do it every day. So it's a challenge. So size and weight constraints, my friends.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, I made the video last night on the firearm mechanics, and I mentioned scavenging and pilfering. So if you were really in a bad situation, a lot of the stuff that you think you'd like to have, but it might be, cost prohibitive, there's a good chance you're going to be able to pick it up off bodies. So,
true.
Yeah, I could probably find a plate to stick in here if I wanted to without actually paying for it at some point. I don't know. Like I said, I think I was talking about like pilfering ammo. Well, there's all kinds of shit you can take in
knives.
They
might have fire starters. Keys. Keys can open up different locks depending on what they are. Maybe you can make bump keys out of them.
Oh, do we have those keys that you got? Those for the water valves? The hex key?
Oh, yeah.
Mine's in my room, but I don't know.
Yeah,
we've never shown those.
I've got one.
This is something that Mike got. We never showed anybody, so it's kind of a show and tell that never got showed. He's going to go get it. We each have one to put in our bug out bags, and he'll explain it. He's a plumber, so he's way better at telling you what these are. But He's going to go get one right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a hydrant to show you, but this is called a 4-in-1. And look it up. It's a 4-in-1 hose bib wall hydrant key. One, it unlocks the box that the wall hydrant might be in, and two, it turns the wall hydrant on so that you can get water. And maybe you're in a high rise or something, or you see a high rise, you're down on the ground floor, there might be water in those pipes. So if you were to open up the hydrant and open up the hose bib, you might be able to get some water out of that thing. So this is a 4-in-1. It's about a $6-7 little plumber's tool. I use these all the time because I've got all kinds of different hose bibs I deal with. So yeah, that's what these are. 4-in-1 hydrant wrench, whatever you want to call it, hose bib.
Yeah. So this is just one more thing we have in our bug out bags to it's a potential way to get water out of a tall building. It'll get water out of any building as long as you still got electricity and there's water flow. But like you said, using a gravity fed, if you've got a tall building and you go to the bottom and you can get that water above to come down, these keys unlock those valves.
Yeah, so if you see a brass colored metal plate on the side of a building, you would take this and open up the hex key that's on it or the square head and undo it and open it up, and you may either find electrical or you're going to find a hose bib in it, one of the two. And that's what these are for. Bob was asking about, do we get the stuff online? Maxwell, come here. Max. Come here. Dick. Come on.
Contents of the medical kit. I don't know.
There's a lot. It's.
I think I have a tourniquet. I think that's where my tourniquet is in here, and I haven't looked in a lot. I don't know.
Blood stoppers. You want to yank mine off? We'll show them real quick.
You just want me to take the whole thing off?
Yeah, take it off. Just rip off. Oh, ow!
I'm gonna just take mine off and turn it around.
Okay, it's not a complete kit by any means, but it is a blood stopper kit. Okay, what's in here is a lot of blood stoppers. All right. No medical kit would be complete without the vacuum sealed maxi pad. More blood stoppers. I have an Israeli bandage in here. I think I lied. I don't think I have a tourniquet in here, but I have an Israeli bandage in here. I have an ab pad. Well, actually, these are 2 ab pads shrunk down, vacuum sealed for heavy bleeding. All right. Oh, look at that. I've got another maxi pad. Woohoo! I'm going to be a hit with the chicks in Armageddon.
So I have a tourniquet. Of course, we have our maxi pad blood stoppers. I have sunscreen, trauma shears, that kind of stuff.
I have my tourniquet next to this pack, so I've got at least one. I should put another one in here. I did buy this. Check this out, dudes. Bausch & Lomb makes an eye relief, sterile eye rinse, but you can use this as a wound rinse, okay? It's sterile water. So you can rinse a wound out with this too, not just for eyeballs. So I would get this in case shit blows into your eyes, whatever, you're going to rinse your eyes out. But if you've got a wound or something, it's small, compact. It's got a little eye cup there. And then I've got the famous camouflaged horse wrap. Woohoo!
So I'm going to put my shotgun shells back on here tonight. I don't know if I don't think anybody has a question on how molly webbing works. As far as how you attach it, you just weave it through. Just I can show you.
Sappers, there was an alert. I thought I got one.
These straps, you just weave it through. I don't know if you can even see. You just weave it through each of these. And then
there's a way. You have to weave it through the molly, and then back through the molly on this, and then through the molly on that, and back through the molly on this. It's like
crocheting.
It's
or
a
knitting,
basket weaving.
Yeah, it's a basket weave. So you would go through the one on the harness, and then through this one out, through the one on the harness, and then
back in.
So you just weave it, and it's not coming off once it's on
No.
there. It's not coming
You'll
off.
find dudes rolling in here that just they thread these things through the back of the molly and put it on their pack or whatever, and the shit's flopping all over
Yeah,
the
if you
place.
don't do the weave,
You don't
where
weave
goes
it
through the molly and then through the pouch, through the molly, through the pouch, then it'll flop. If you start to run all your pouches and everything in it's going to start bouncing around.
So I'm assuming, Bob, you got a video or now you can see us. This is great, guys. Great, thanks, guys. Well, you inspired it. I got to tell you, when I saw your text this morning or the reply or whatever, it's like, you know what? That'd actually be a good idea. Let's do a freaking video on our packs.
Yeah,
or at least our chest rigs, not our packs.
I never do the live streams anymore, but
yeah,
I
this
thought
is actually pretty cool.
This would be easier to do as a live stream than for us just to make a video and then upload it because of the questions.
This is the white version of Diamond and Silk. I like it. Maybe we're going to get famous like they are. Maybe Trump will actually have us on Air Force One and fly us in.
That'd be fantastic. Wouldn't it? I don't know if there's a way we could ever integrate where we could put a camera into this.
I have
I have
a
a
webcam.
camera.
I have a webcam that we can plug in there. We'll have to
maybe
try it
that'll
out.
work better because right now we're kind of mushed in here. And I wasn't sure about the audio. I don't know if there's some way I can get an external mic or if the camera.
The camera actually
mic has a better mic than
yeah.
This is a Google Chromebook that we're using. I love if anybody that doesn't have a Google Chromebook or you're thinking about getting something like that, it doesn't have all the functionality of like say a Windows 10 laptop, but it's got USB ports. It kind of runs more like apps, like a phone would or a tablet than it does. Like you can't buy, Adobe Photoshop on a CD and install it. It won't run. But these things are pretty cool. Let me.
I'll tell you what. This setup is something that being a ham operator needs, and we'll be incorporating that.
And I think I paid like it was under 100. I think it was like 90 or something like that. And you compare that to a laptop. If you need the full functionality of a laptop, then get a laptop. But if you don't, if you need it just more for browsing and playing YouTube videos and a webcam, if you're going to do any sort of
ham radio operation,
Skype, this is an excellent. The Google Chromebook is an excellent. This is an Acer, and like I said, I think it was like $90. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's excellent value.
1080p HD full resolution on the camera and on the screen. It's got full HD IPS display, up to 12 hours battery life. I've never had a problem with the battery on this thing. It just goes. Wide field of view webcam.
Yeah, it is actually a really good webcam.
All metal chassis, ultra thin. It's only 2/3 of an inch tall, 16.95 millimeters.
Cool.
And I keep, of course, I keep the webcam covered at all times, except when we're doing this.
So it's looking actually really good. I'm loving this.
I do have a gas mask. It's so big, and I've got 3 canisters for it that I actually have it in a duffel that you just throw over your shoulder. It's got,
it's an Israeli gas mask, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've got the gas mask. I've got some like camo BDUs, some extra shirts. It's more of a bug out clothing bag and the gas mask. And I have 3 of the 40 millimeter canister filters are in there with it. But yes, I do. Yeah, I keep it in my room mostly because if you're going to run into a CS gas sort of an issue, it's going to be probably in your house where they're lobbing canisters.
Going through your windows.
If you're outside, CS is really easy. You just go upwind. You just go around and get upwind of it, and it won't affect you. So I keep my gas mask here.
I don't have one.
He doesn't have one yet, and he needs to get one.
I have a respirator system. I don't have eye protection with it, so I need an integrated system. So that'll be down the road here. I really would. I want to focus on my comms first. But the gas mask is definitely something I'm going to need. I was telling you guys yesterday about this thing where I can hear Phoenix fire and stuff, and that's the only one I got programmed right now. There's more to go, but I can hear if there's riots going on in Phoenix. Well, 1 is basically stay the fuck away from there, and 2, if they're moving this way or there's riots breaking out in other areas, fire is going to get dispatched to it. That you may not hear the police, but you're going to hear fire get dispatched, and you'll definitely know which areas to stay out of and where to hunker down, or do you need to get out of Dodge and hit your bug out location. So that's very, very cool. I have no exposed cameras ever. That's right, Bob. Paranoid. He pressure off the hips and puts it on the shoulders. Where was that?
Yeah, I agree with the. I keep tape on my cameras, and then even on my phone, what I do usually is if I set my phone down, you know, the camera on the back is down, I'll just take whatever happens to be laying around and I'll set it on the top camera, because Edward Snowden told us they can actually, they can now, this is crazy. They have what's called it's not an E911 chip, but they use the E911 service. They can now send information to a phone or access the camera if you don't even have a service provider. So if you buy a phone and you don't activate it through like T-Mobile or Verizon or Sprint, they can still access that phone via the GPS chip that's in the phone. So they can take photos and listen to audio when your phone is off. So it's insane. I mean, not that I don't think any of us are special enough for them to, like, you know, be listening to. There's nothing they're going to hear. Anything I have interesting to say, I say on a video. So it's not like I've got this secret other life that we talk behind closed doors and nobody knows what Mike and I are like discussing. And so they have to tap our phones. But they do have that ability now, even if your phone is off, because a lot of people think, well, if I turn my phone off and I go somewhere, then it won't be pinging off the towers and they won't know where I'm at. Bullshit. Even if your phone's off, they can find you and they can access your phone. They can turn it on remotely. You can turn your phone off, put it in your pocket, pull it out, and it's on. They can remotely turn it on. They can take pictures. They can access the audio. They've also got a thing now, and this is insane. I just found out about this, that in the metadata, when you take a photo, so like if I take my phone and I use the back-facing camera and I take a picture, of course it'd be horizontal because nobody takes vertical. If I take a photo, what it does is it actually accesses the front camera as well and takes a picture of you taking a picture, and it embeds it in the metadata. So if they get a hold of the metadata, they can actually say, well, you took this picture on such and such a date. And you go like, no, I didn't. And they can actually access the other photo that was taken simultaneously of your face looking at the screen and taking the photo. So when you take a photo with your phone now, you're actually taking two photos, one forward facing, one rear facing, and the rear facing one, or whichever one you're not purposefully photographing, gets embedded in the metadata, and they've actually can access that, and they can have a picture of you taking a picture.
I just take my phone and I stick it in the front of my pants, so that, you know, you want to see something, there's a hairy ass ball sack right there for you.
He always takes it that, like, here's like the line of decency, and then Mike just takes that big giant step.
Breach. Part of country Navy. Okay, sheepdog. Hey, sheepdog. You going to be at that test next weekend? We're going to take our ham test. I think he's going to go down there and take the ham test with me. Martini shaker for my Faraday cage? Really? What are you putting in it? Must be something small, or you make big martinis. All right, right on, sheepdog.
The other thing, if you follow QAnon, he has basically come right out and admitted that they can now do everything that they can do on, say, this iPhone. They can do this exact same thing with burner phones now. So people think burner phones are safe. They're exactly the same now. People with burner phones were getting the presidential alert. They can access your burner phone, find out where you're at, get a hold of the photos, know who you are, everything now. Burner phones are no longer a safe option. If they want to find you and you're using a burner phone, it's no different from having a Android or an iPhone.
We're all screwed.
Just
1984. George Orwell had it right.
Trust me, they know everything.
And you want to do it. You want to give it to them. You know how many times you signed up for an app and you just push I agree, and it that has all kinds of shit in it.
Yeah, nobody reads
You just gave it away.
Nobody reads the terms of service.
No.
It basically, you've given your firstborn and everything. You've consented to all of this. So what are you going to do? But if you say no, then you don't have the app or the functionality. So it's like they've got you.
Tia is a troll, I'm pretty sure. Really? Trolls?
Are we going to have to put
You have to go in a timeout?
Tia Biadia in a timeout? Or ask what was his
Tony
name?
S.
Tony S. if I hesitate to put people in timeouts or boot them. I'm just weaving my Molly over here.
I use smoke signals. There you go. Smoke signals, landlines, payphones, if you can still find one. Most Walmarts have payphones. If they're monitored, who knows? But
I don't know if you'll be able to see how I'm weaving this.
No, because your camera's not going to zero in on it.
Let's see. I'm basically going in and out through the Molly straps on the back of the pouch and the Molly straps on the vest.
In there.
It just goes.
See the difference? Yeah, because you've got all your straps mollied in there.
It still needs to go through this one here. Problem is there's two of them. So if you get one side too tight, then you can't do the other. So you got to do
both at the same time.
You kind of got to go back and forth on each side of the straps. Otherwise, you end up where you can't access. It's too tight. And sometimes they do sew these things in a way where they over sew it just a little bit. And
Molly weaving is an art.
And they make the loop too narrow, so you kind of got to either really stretch on it or cut a thread and kind of just wide enough to get the strap through. But I've only run into that like maybe twice. Most of it, they've got the dimensions like perfect. Most Chinese can sew.
Yeah.
Chinese children and women.
Yeah, they got the little tiny hands, so they can sew.
They really know how to manipulate that sewing machine. They're really proficient. So
yeah, Dest, you have a thin portable folding solar panel that hangs off the back of the pack. Yeah, a lot of them are like that. But I've found that thin and portable equals high dollar. They're getting better about it, but they're still pretty freaking pricey. Yeah,
here's what I want with a solar charger, because I mean we live in the perfect environment for solar, but most solar things they fold out and then you can plug like USBs into them. I want to find a solar charger where I can plug a 120 volt prong, like I don't know, just the
regular wall outlet.
A wall outlet. I want something I can plug that directly into, because I have things like oh shoot, there was something I was just thinking of. And I was like, well, how could we possibly charge that? Because it's a wall outlet and it's hardwired into the whatever it was I wanted to charge. And I'm like, I can't solar power this because this plug doesn't go anywhere. So I'd like to find a solar powered charger that has the 120 volt wall outlet plugged on it. But I think if I can find one, my guess is the price is going to go like from here to here. There must be a reason why, or maybe solar can't generate enough juice to charge something that way. I don't know.
I'm learning more. Believe me, with all the ham radio stuff that I'm doing, there's a lot of people that take these hams out in the sticks and use them as a portable unit. They're using rechargeable lithium ion batteries. LiPo is very expensive, but those are really great and lightweight, but they're not quite there yet. But for a 12 volt battery, lithium ion is a lot lighter than a lead battery. And some of these solar panels will charge that, and then you could feed off of your battery into an inverter or whatever, and you can plug it right into a wall socket. So he's got some things to learn that I can teach him, hopefully, but I'm not there yet. I'm really not wanting to spout a bunch of shit about all these great things that ham does, because I'm limited on this thing, and my knowledge is limited. Once I get my test going, and if I pass the test next week.
Does that have shortwave capabilities?
No.
So we might need something like
negative,
that.
Because the shortwave radio will pick up a lot more bands. This has 2 meter and 70 centimeters as far as reception.
I found a shortwave, a short band radio for it's got like 5-star reviews. It's like $40, and it has the NOAA It has a USB charger. It
get
has
NOAA on
lights. It
there.
has a hand crank. You know, it has solar charge on top and everything. I think I'm going to get that so we have a shortwave to complement the ham radio.
We need to talk.
Oh yeah,
but shortwave is definitely something that you really need to have. And then you need to have a 100-foot wire to increase the reception for the antenna.
and that goes in the comms bag.
It goes in the comms bag. Absolutely. Scanner's going first. I said that the other day. Scanner is first. And check this out, tubers. If you don't know this, this is fantastic. Police scanners that you can get that are about this size, little portable hand radios, hand scanners.
I don't know what I did with mine. I used to
that you
have
can.
one.
You got to find it if you got it.
I don't
still
have
there.
it anymore.
And unfortunately, a good one is going to be about $300. It's a little pricey, but the capabilities of it are astounding. And it has this thing. It's called a quick frequency something. I don't have it memorized. I'm just new to this. But what it does is it has the ability. Not only is it scanning for emergency frequencies and things like that, it is. Where'd he go? Max, come here. All right, good boy. He never goes anywhere. It has this thing that if I have dudes that, and whether it's in fort contingency or camp contingency, if I have people 100, 200, 300 feet away, the scanner will pick it up. Now, whether it is a handy talkie, the little family radio, kid walkie-talkies, or somebody else's personal comms or whatever it is, military comm, whatever, it will pick it up because it's just designed to do that. It's got that feature. Some of those radios do, some don't. The more expensive ones have that feature. So I have the ability, if I have somebody scoping out my position and they're talking on comms, I might have a guy over there, I might have a guy over here, and they're talking together and they're saying, hey, you know what? It doesn't look like the house is occupied, or maybe they are occupied. Maybe there's a dude in the back. If they're all on the same frequency, we can hear all of their conversations. That scanner's going to pick it up. Uniden has the most capabilities from what I've seen. I think there is a Radio Shack one that does it. It's a trunk tracker is what they're calling them. So I'm not 100% sure on what all that is yet. Look it up, research it, but it is a fantastic, stealthy, tactical piece of gear that you can have and hear other people's conversations, and you might hear them scoping you out so that you'll know before they attack you or before they come in or whatever they're going to do, you'll know what they're doing. So that's what's going to go first. The scanner. I don't want to. Yeah, I do want to hear police and I want to hear fire and stuff like that. I don't want to hear it as a hobby. I want to hear it when shit goes down. Who's doing what? Where are the people going? Where are the riots and all the other crap that's going on? But I also want to hear out of the camp contingency. Is there a couple of dudes 100 feet away, 100 yards away, whatever? I want to hear what they're saying. We picked up some Mexican guys once on his CB. And the CB is very limited on range, I'm finding out. And, you know, I don't know if it's even 3 miles. But regardless, we picked them up. So they were within 3 miles or less of our location, speaking Spanish. And we're kind of in a corridor that smugglers and all kinds of other shit rolls through there. And it was fantastic to actually know that. He was going to reply and say some shit to him. And it's like, oh, like, no. We don't know who they are, what they're doing.
Hefe.
Let them go. You know, Pinche madre, blah, 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 blah. You know, start cussing at them in Spanish and shit. And yeah, we might have some dudes rolling up here with AK-47s wanting to know why we're such smart asses. Oh, yeah.
We'd have taken them out.
Yeah. We were heavily armed. We always are. But you really want to get in a gunfight? I don't. I know. I mean, I was in the middle of doing my shotgun cleaning. I got a major cleaning going on here, and I couldn't get it back together again all the way. I'm still fucking with it. And so my shotgun is in pieces right there, and I'll have to put it together after I get done. I was dawdling, and I was talking on, you know, the camera and things like that. So we're totally skipping all of the questions here. Wall pisses me off. keep people in.
My antenna is not a tunable antenna. It's just a one piece. I don't want to move this laptop, so I'm just going to take a photo and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Texan, and the wall in America, the walls here don't keep people in. I'm sorry, they don't keep people in. They keep people out.
The thing about the walls to keep people into. Where's the Canadian wall?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I'm not 100% on board with that. You could slip into Mexico anytime you want to, dude. It's easy if you're an American. You could go into Mexico. Would you want to go? I wouldn't want to go there. I don't know why you'd want to. If you're, and I'm half Mexican, but I got no heritage down there or anything else. I got a place to go.
I don't know if this will work. So this is you can see that's where it's mounted, and then it goes up to the very top up here. It doesn't have a lot of antennas. I think at the very top, there's the spot where you can put an Allen wrench and tune it. This radio is just one solid piece on this antenna. So it can't be tuned. It just is what it is. Someday, the way I have it mounted, I can unscrew that and just put another one on. So it's real easy, but we have so many things on our
agenda on our plate
that right now that antenna is good enough. We're kind of going ham and shortwave. The CB it's going to be the last resort. I'm glad I have it. It's like that insurance. It's like that.
It's an extra layer of security.
But as far as upgrading it to be a great CB radio, I'm not interested in making it any more than it already is.
Nah, we'll probably throw a portable ham in there. Yeah, no shit. I hear some major stuff is coming down with that too. Hillary is in deep shit, boys and girls. And the whole freaking swamp, I think, is in some really deep shit right now. There's some cool stuff coming out. This is going to be an exciting couple of weeks. It could be a very bad couple of weeks.
Q has been dropping some major shit lately, some really intense stuff. Q's really stepped up. I think they're at the point in the storm now where operators are active and people are going to be arrested. Well, they already have been. For those who believe that George H.W. Bush died peacefully of old age in his home, I have news for you. He was tried under military tribunal and executed for crimes against humanity and treason and violations of the RICO Act. Same thing that they did with McCain. They gave him a choice. You can take the easy way out and we'll give you a hero's funeral, make everybody think you were wonderful, or we can drag this out through the mud and try you publicly and people are going to find out who you really were. So it's on.
They took the quiet way out, is what you're saying?
Yep. Yeah. And there's more coming.
Interesting. But I've heard several reliable sources that there's been some grand jury shit going on for months now. And there's been a lot of investigations into Hillary's little Clinton Foundation bullshit and their connection between the Russians. You don't want to talk about Russian collusion. Just all you have to say is Clinton. And
they project. They blame Trump for what they are.
Total Saul Alinsky nonsense. The rules for radicals. Look at the Communist Manifesto. That's exactly what they do.
But they're investigating. Well, the Clinton Foundation investigation is complete, but they're also doing Uranium One. These people are going down. So just what they're doing, they're in a phase right now where Q said basically what they're doing is they're trying to gently break it to the public of what's kind of going on before just coming out and going like, boom, they've been arrested. They're going to, because the left they're going to lose their fucking minds. And they're trying to prevent or avoid civil unrest by sort of easing in the information slowly to let people kind of know what's going on before they just drop the hammer on the Clintons, because they don't want the left to take to the streets and riot because their goddess or whatever, however they view Hillary and Obama and them, are treasonous criminals who are going down. So they're in a phase right now where they're slowly, and I don't know if you watched any of the video footage from the Bush funeral, especially when Barbara Bush showed Jeb something that George gave her and she was looking at it. And I don't know, you got to watch the video. Jeb's standing there with his hand on his heart, a big smile on his face, and Barbara has this look of abject terror on her face, and she turns to him and shows him what she was looking at, and he glances down at it, and he literally, you can see the blood just drain from his face. They've got George.
It was his left testicle.
George W. Bush did the palm transfer of something to Michelle Obama, where he was shaking hands, and then it was the worst sleight of hand I've ever seen. But he passed some. They were passing notes, and then there's the part where Hillary opened her program, and the envelope fell out in her lap, and she opened it and like tucked it in. And Jimmy Carter saw the envelope fall out and started going through his, looking for his envelope.
Like, where's my money?
And
What?
it wasn't money. I think it was. My guess is it was a sealed indictment. I think,
That'd be cool. You've been served.
But yeah, Jimmy Carter's looking for his
process server,
his little envelope, and I was just there thinking, like, Jimmy, you don't want to have an envelope like
That's
she
awesome.
just got. But he was all confused. He's looking at her envelope, and he's like, going, "Where's my envelope?" And it's like,
Big
you don't want
smiley face on there. You've been served.
Well, some people are saying that when Barbara Bush and George Bush saw that, what they showed Jeb that made him all the color drain out of his face was they actually had CCTV footage of their houses being raided by the FBI while they were at the funeral. And they basically showed a picture of like the front of their house and all these agents on their property. So I can see where that would make them the blood drain from their faces like that. But some people are saying George W. Bush has flipped, and they flipped him. They basically gave him a choice to either be tried, convicted, and executed, or to give up some names. So there's some stuff going on. People need to pay attention. I seriously recommend following Q. He's been nailing it lately. And
I don't think anything's going to happen until the Democrats get into the House. And then all shit is going to come loose, and everything that Trump's got stored and just waiting to drop is going to happen. And all these people are going to start getting indicted. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, all these other clowns that are all involved in it. Some of the Republican assholes, Paul Ryan.
The executive orders Trump signed for military tribunals for civilians for treason goes into effect on January 1st. And then the attorney general, they're saying the new one that Trump has just nominated should go in like February 3rd. So between January 1 and February 3, I think, is when you're going to see everything happen. And then they're saying that so many of the House Democrats are going to be indicted that they're going to have to hold a special election or just give the win to the Republican who lost whatever race they were involved in for the House. So it's going to switch to a Republican-held House anyway. So things are going to get really interesting. And I do not see this shit going down without a fight. I don't, whether it be a false flag or something, just, 9/11 style, or it would have to be bigger because 9/11 was restricted to a segment of the country where it really affected people in New York and Pennsylvania and DC. This has to be something that everybody is affected by in order to shift the narrative and the focus away from what's happening to something else entirely. It's going to have to be nationwide or worldwide. There's a lot of stuff going on. People are saying that we're actually at war right now in the Sea of Japan with Russia. Has the Nephilim fight been pushed further in the future? Well, the Bible says that the
no EMP. Stop it.
The Bible says that these the Nephilim and stuff, they were locked away in the pit for 70 generations. And if you do the math on that, 70 generations would have been around 1900, would have been the point where they were all released. So a lot of the stuff we've seen as far as the corruption and the demonic shit going on started in 1900. The Nephilim and all that, I think they're out. They're among us. They're somewhere. They're waiting. I don't know what's going on. We'll see.
Not that I don't believe in EMPs, Jack. I do, but I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
I think people wasting their time on Faraday cages. It's just a nonsense.
Can't hurt to prep, though. Just be prepared. Bush family did more to destroy this nation, spending a family in history. Well, it was quite the legacy. Kennedys are the same way. Their fingers are everywhere in government.
I'll tell you what. I think an
And the Clintons.
I
Yes.
think an EMP is a fairy tale that they've woven it into the, to make people think they exist, so that when they take the grid down, it's just going to be an assumption that it was an EMP, or they're going to blame an EMP. They're just going to power the grid down. I don't know if they're going to hack it, or if they're going to blow up shit. Whatever. They're going to take the power system, the grid down. There's only 2 or 3 grids that run the entire country, and Texas has its own grid, and then there's like 2 others that basically cover the entire United States. They can either hack it or just sabotage it, and then everybody's going to think. I mean, think about it. They could even have some device that they launch really high that is just nothing more than a bright flash of light. So everybody sees this bright flash of light up in the sky. What was that? Everything goes down all of a sudden. Oh, we just got EMP'd. And it's nonsense. That's more trouble. It's so much easier just to hack the grid. They don't need to go through all this. Oh, North Korea is going to launch a nuclear missile 200 kilometers. Bullshit.
They don't have the capability. I don't care what anybody
And think
says.
of how many nuclear bombs have been tested in the past. How come all the power didn't go down? Why didn't all the electronics die?
Well,
There's been nukes going off for years, apparently.
I would say we did do some experimentation and some stuff went down. Russia, they blew up a whole bunch of shit when they tried to do their EMPs.
Did you see it?
So
Were you there?
I saw the video, but
Okay, well, there you go.
there you go. It was on
Case
YouTube.
closed. It was on
so
YouTube.
it must be
so-
true.
Yeah. I saw toy houses being blown apart with compressed air, and they said it was a nuclear test. So clearly they exist. Anyway, we need to just focus on reality. Like, I don't believe EMPs exist, but they can shut the power grid down. The end result is the same. We
You
won't have power.
Smart
So,
meters in Arizona.
so focus on the problem itself, not having any power, and not what caused it. Who gives a shit why there's no power? Just focus on the fact that you need to prepare for there being no power at some point.
You know more about it than I do. What about hot musket? Bob's asking.
Boy, they clamped down on that pretty hard. And
It
quick,
just
didn't
like
they?
disappeared, didn't it?
They came out and said, however, the person, Hot Musket, came to light with an anonymous caller called into Marfugal News and told him about this military operation called Hot Musket. And all accounts seem to indicate that individual is now in military prison. So anybody telling you that, like, oh, it's all nonsense, the person, the whistleblower, if you will, has apparently been incarcerated. So, and there's a lot of eyewitness accounts of these troops gathering in Texas. And I don't know. I think it exists. There was a guy that talked to some troops at a gas station that were filling up, and they told him that they were headed to the border as part of this hot musket thing. And yeah, I mean, I think it's real.
We're getting a lot more troops coming here to Arizona. There's a lot of Arizona land that is doesn't even have a wall. And they're starting to line up troops because apparently Tijuana's getting so crowded. They're going around and they're going to be hitting Arizona and some of these places that don't have walls. And we're lining up military troops all along that border to try to keep them out. They're going to overrun us, dudes. I'm telling you.
Yeah, because the whole caravan thing has it was all over the news, and then it kind of got replaced with the whole Bush 41 nonsense.
That was convenient, wasn't it?
But last thing I heard was there were, I think, 100 other caravans that are on their way as well. So I don't know. This first one really petered out. Once it got here, a lot of the people sort of gave up and said, you know what, this isn't what we promised. We want to go home. But, that information isn't getting to everybody. So these other people I guess they're coming up being promised the same nonsense. Oh yeah, America, they'll let you in. You'll get all this stuff. And they
Claim asylum. You'll get a free ticket.
Yeah. So these people, a lot of them got here and went, wait, this is not what we promised. And they're trying to bug out and get out of here. They were getting free transportation back to their countries, but there's still more coming. So I don't know. I don't think the whole migrant caravan thing, it seems to have fizzled out, but I don't think it's over. I think there's going to be another wave. We'll see. Trump's not letting them in. I'll tell you that right now. They keep coming if they want. They're not getting in. So, and the military is being deployed. Hot Musket is apparently, from all I can tell, it's a real military operation. They tried to clamp down on it because it got leaked, and so they, pulled out all the stops trying to debunk it. But by all intents and purposes, it appears to be a real thing. Only time will tell, like with most things.
Pink Floyd is coming too. Operation Flash in the Pan. Oh, you guys are awesome.
But I do know Gitmo has had a complete refurbishment. Trump, I think, spent $100 million upgrading Gitmo. It holds, I think, it'll hold up to 4,000 inmates now.
He hired Martha Stewart to remodel it.
And they just sent 100 military police on a 400-day deployment to Gitmo. And Trump has come out and said that they're not going to be putting any more Islamic terrorists in Gitmo. So if they just basically remodeled it, expanded it, and are sending 100 military police down there for 400 days, but we're not going to be putting any terrorists in there. Okay, well, it's pretty obvious that somebody's going in those jail cells.
What did Bob say here?
Who funded the migrant caravan?
Yeah, look to George Soros.
Yeah, but George Soros is a puppet. He's a middleman. He's not. People seem to want to make it look like George Soros is this.
Yeah, but all his connections. Look at all his connections.
George Soros is masterminding all these things and funding everything.
That old geezer, he couldn't mastermind a wet fart.
He's a puppet of the Rothschilds. So I mean, I don't know. I would just say the easy answer for that is the deep state. The deep state's trying to bring down the United States from within. So the caravan, I would just say it's being funded by the deep state. What's the deep state? I'm sure it's a bunch of people that are assholes.
It's all the career politicians. That's a deep state. You don't have to look any further than Paul Ryan.
But it's global. It's not like this is a group in the United States that's doing this. It's a global cabal that's trying to do this worldwide. So I don't know.
Well, all your powers to be in all your countries, they're not looking out for the citizens of the country. That's a secondary aspect of it. They're looking out for themselves first and to benefit themselves. Then if you get some crumbs, Nancy Pelosi crumbs, that's going to be delivered out to you guys. But, all these people are out looking out for themselves and moving up to different positions once they get out of government. They got a nice fat pension. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars. And then they go on to private sector and they get paid millions of dollars to be some talking head, whatever, dickheads that, some company needs, for lobbying. K Street is huge for corruption.
Yeah. The people of France they've had enough. They're doing what I'd like to see done here. They're standing up and fighting for their rights. And this whole thing about it being high fuel prices is complete nonsense. The people in France are rioting against globalism, against the migrant immigration that was allowed to destroy. People were saying France is a complete shithole now. There's tents all over and feces and garbage, and it is just a third world.
Sounds like San Francisco.
Yeah, and so the French people, they're coming up with this. Oh, they're upset with the gas thing. No, they're literally trying to do a coup d'état and replace what's his name?
Marconi,
whatever.
Macaroni.
Yeah, whatever that
spineless
globalist
asshole
puppet that's running France. They're basically trying to get rid of him. I guess. See, a lot of the stuff we see over there, it's obviously in French, and I don't read French, but the people that do and translate it, they have actually spray painted stuff like leaders have been decapitated here for less. I'm basically telling that Macron guy that this is game on. Like they're literally, decapitation is on the table. So it's getting really interesting that and they're over there chanting in Great Britain and in France. They've been seen chanting, "We want Trump," and they don't mean the actual Trump. They mean they want a Trump for their country. Brazil just elected a Trump type of president. A lot of countries are saying, you know what? We want what America's doing. We're done with this shit. We want to make France great again. And we want our own Trump. And the shit's spreading. The globalists are starting to panic. This isn't how it was supposed to go down.
No,
we were supposed to willingly submit, let them do whatever they want, do the one world government. And
let them do what they've been doing since the 50s and 60s. They know better than you do how to run your life. Bullshit.
Yeah, Brexit needs to happen. They're doing everything they can to stop Brexit. But the people are waking up. They're just not putting up with the nonsense. I'd like to see England do something about this royal family bullshit.
Yeah.
That shit's got to stop.
Get rid of the monarchy.
The monarchy, that is a 16th century nonsense. Why that's still, they put up with that shit.
And they're fucking useless.
They should storm the damn castle and just.
They're absolutely useless.
That's the whole royal family.
Sorry if you got any Brits out there watching this.
I think any Brits watching this think the royal family needs to be taken out.
You know, you guys don't have gun rights. They took away your gun rights, and you got to go to a gun club if you really want to shoot, and you can store it in a locker or something there. Fuck that.
That's the thing that's really
forget it.
That's the sad thing about these countries that are finally standing up is these are countries that have had their guns taken.
You've got no
so
way to
I mean,
defend
what
yourself.
we see in France right now would be a lot different if they weren't disarmed. It would be a lot different. There was video I saw yesterday of a protester. They were throwing tear gas at him, and one of them picked up the canister to, because they always pick them up and throw them back. And I don't know if it hadn't gone off yet or if it was if it was an actual grenade, but it exploded and blew his hand off. And he walks right up to the camera with no hand. I mean, it's really vicious over there. So, but they've been disarmed. So it's a real uphill battle for them right now.
I got a weird video to show you. I was sitting when I got my flat tire last week. I was sitting there and I'm at this park.
Had a flat tire.
I did. I didn't tell you about it. But I'm sitting at this park and I'm watching this dude comes out, rolls in, kind of a goofy looking dude, maybe an Antifa looking guy. Not to, just, stereotype people, but he was kind of a long-haired, maggot-infested hippie, whatever. Oh, sorry. No, fucking with you.
I don't have maggots.
No maggots, cool. But no, he was out there with a sling, and he's practicing with his sling. Like he's going to be in a riot or something, and he's going to be slinging rocks and shit with that sling. He was working it. And, yeah, worked for David. He slew Goliath or whatever.
He ended up as a king, so,
this guy was working it. Now, Gilbert PD comes by and says, "Oh, wait a minute, you're in a park, dude. You can't do that here."
Yeah, that's weird.
They stopped him.
There is no shortage of land out here where you could go practice a
Why
slingshot
is he gonna be in a
and
park?
not draw the attention of the police. But hey,
well, they had a lot of good rocks, I guess. But I'll show you the video here in a minute. But yeah, it was funny, and those Antifa clowns, that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be lobbing freaking.
If you were really good with a sling, though.
Dude, he was lobbing them too, man. He was throwing. I don't know. I couldn't see him after he slung them, but slings are fantastic little weapons. Better than a slingshot.
Well, a lot of people think that David slew Goliath with a sling, which is not true. I don't know. People believe so much nonsense. They don't read the Bible. They just hear this little story. David knocked Goliath on his ass with a sling, and then he went over and took Goliath's own sword and cut Goliath's head off and held it up. To take out the Nephilim, you can't just hit him with a rock. You got to decapitate him. They left that part out of, he hit him with a rock. Well, yeah, that was a hell of a shot, and it did knock him on his ass, but the decapitation probably was the end of Goliath, more so than the rock.
Are we rambling?
We've taken our harnesses off.
I know.
Completely shifted. The narrative has completely shifted another direction.
Antichrist is lurking. Then the Catholic Church. What? Antichrist? What? I hope he's a pedophile because that's the only thing that really fits in the Catholic religion right now.
I don't think the Antichrist is got anything to do with the Catholic Church. I think the false prophet has to do with the Catholic Church. The Antichrist is going to be Middle Eastern.
Shit. I think the Antichrist has some standards. I don't think he's going to really go to the Catholic Church.
The Antichrist will be Middle Eastern, and the false prophet will probably come out of the Vatican.
Preppers is saying hi. Say hi, Prepping Sappers. Hi, dude.
Horse head.
Spraying hard here. I don't know what that means.
That's chemtrails. We are really. I think I've seen 2 in the 6 months I've lived here. They don't spray here. I was wondering if it had to do with the heat. Maybe the temperatures here neutralize the effect of what they're spraying or something, or maybe this area isn't on their list of areas that they want to depopulate because it's semi-uninhabitable in a way. You got to be a certain breed to live where it's 112 degrees all summer long. But I don't know. Like I said, where I came from was nothing but chemtrails, and I came here, and there's other people on here that are in Arizona that can tell you.
Send text in, you'll lose. I'm sorry, my friend.
like what's it, Patriotic Sheep, or what's his name?
Sheepdog Patriot.
Sheepdog Patriot. He'll tell you there's really just isn't a chemtrail issue here. Why we're not on the list, I don't know.
Big old kiss on the lips. Really? Billy Bird Outdoors. Maxwell. His nose is all wet.
Yeah.
I know you want some more, don't you? Weather modification in one aspect. Yeah, they don't get any rain out here, so they're not going to modify shit. We didn't even get we're supposed to have a really good rainstorm last week, and it petered out to nothing.
It was sprinkles, yeah. So we were actually wanting it because the cache would get compressed and compacted, and I mean, it's out of ways. I don't know what they got out there, but I don't think that I would like one good solid day of hard rain would be great, because it would make that cache much more difficult to see, like the ground was disturbed or anything like that. But
well, and he threw some of the grass back on the top of it, so we want it to take root and kind of spread out and grow there.
I want to go back out there. I mean, I always like going out there to shoot and everything, but I really want to see the difference between when we left and how much the ground has kind of, how much the desert has reclaimed it and made it look like it was when we got there. So.
Well, we went out November 30th, December 1st. Okay, let's just call it December 1st. So when we go back out here, I think when Marie John 316 comes out, we're going to try to go out there. Hopefully take her out to Camp Contingency and let her see what it's all about.
Nick will be here.
I totally know he wants to go out there. He wants to go shoot. So I think he's totally up for that. So within the next couple of weeks, it might be 4, maybe 6 weeks max since we buried the stuff till the time we go out there and find it. And hopefully we won't find some sort of fucking crater that some dickheads have fucking dug up our shit. But I think that
I think we're good.
We're going to have some stuff growing over the top of it. I think it's going to look totally natural. Nobody's going to know anything about it, and it's going to be like.
And we need to sort of visually decide where the next.
Yeah,
I want to do a mini cache, like in a second one of just like what was like. Let's see, what was it?
Bolt cutters,
like the playing cards that we got, and maybe one of the sets. Well, I don't know if we need bolt cutters out there. It's nothing to. Well, there's like you
cattle fences. Yeah,
there's some
step on those and knock them down.
But just more medical supplies and just
maybe more food.
Yeah, and
water,
ammo, just some miscellaneous stuff. Smaller, maybe a 10-gallon, and maybe 2 more jugs of water. So just do like a half cache, like what we did. Do half of that. But we need to figure out where to put that. Like the one we have now, there's no way we'll forget where it's at. I want to do that again. Get a spot where like we will not forget it, and dig a half-size hole and fill that in. So I'd also like to get more. I'd like to plant some more stuff. I put the pumpkin and the squash in the ground. Mm-hmm. We think the pigs are probably going to get at that stuff, especially if it starts making fruit. I think that the pigs will just take it all. But if they do, that'll give us. We'll know. Okay, the pigs are going to. So then we got to come up with okay, how are we going to get stuff planted where we can protect it? So that's another thing to, but we got to go out there again in order to see everything. And
see how it's going and what's going to evolve. We may not be able to plant anything unless we're actually living there and guarding our shit. I think that's the way it's going to actually be. Is
if we put up any sort of fence or anything out there, people riding ATVs, they'd stumble upon it, and I don't know. Like the last time we went out there, our fire pit, it looked like they'd either run over it with something or kicked some of the rocks. It was all
mangled,
jacked up. There was newspapers that they'd used to start fires.
That would really suck. There was newspapers all over the place out there.
There was even newspaper down the washaways. Like people went out there and they were that guy. So
yeah. Don't be that guy.
I mean, we don't have any sort of claim to the area. It's not ours, but people go out there. We really would like to see them respect the area, and regardless of where you're at, don't just throw trash or obviously the wind had taken this paper, but put a rock on it.
Up until we went and buried the cache, every time we go out there, it's like pristine. You don't even find a gum wrapper, no plastic bottles, no garbage, no nothing. And then we go out there to bury our cache, and now we're going to find those fucking newspapers and shit all over the place.
And you can see where like an ATV had done donuts in the wash. And so somebody had been out there and they left a mess, but we cleaned it up in a couple of minutes. And It looked really good when we left.
Yeah. Be respectful of your outdoor environments, dudes. Not you guys. I'm not trying to bag on you guys. I want a bolt cutter sticker.
I was looking for those the other day because I sent the tactical light to the winner, and I was going to throw a sticker in there, and I don't remember what I did with them. I put them somewhere.
Go to the contingency plan store. You'll find some cool coffee mugs and stuff, which I actually need to get.
I know some people have bought coffee mugs with the bolt cutters on them, and they seem to really like them.
Cool Cabal is simply French and British.
Are javelina native to Arizona?
Yes,
Yes,
they are. So are deer. There's mule deer out there. There's either cougars or pumas, whatever you want to call them. Even the Fish and Game guidelines have this little blurb about jaguars now. They've been filmed on game cams here. Obviously, we've got to leave them alone. Don't touch them. But jaguars are native here. We don't really have feral hogs, which that sucks. I wish we did, actually, because that would be a great source of food. But there's a lot of cattle out there, so we've got a lot of food, no matter what we choose to eat, depending on our our diet or what we want to have that night. We can have steak, we can have pork, we can maybe have Hassenpfeffer or some fowl.
We really need to learn how to dry meat is one
True.
thing we need to do so that we can preserve. Like if we get a deer or a cow out there,
Yeah.
I don't want 100 pounds of meat to go to waste. We're going to have to figure out. I know that you can dry it over a fire. We're going to have to figure that all out because, like I said, there's still a lot of things we're not even processing, dressing game. Like I skinned that rattlesnake like that. It was easy, but some things
Once you had a sharp knife.
rabbits are easy, but some things, are a lot more difficult. Like the larger the animal, I think
True.
the more difficult.
The more meat you've got left over. I mean, you can only eat so much, and the larger the hunk is, you got to figure out how to cure it and dry it out, keep the flies off of it and everything else. So, it's going to maybe take a smokehouse or some sort of a pre-made shelter or whatever to preserve that stuff.
I know we can go off
Salt.
the what are those Indians from Alaska? The
Inuit?
yeah, the Inuit have, because they do seal meat and stuff,
Yes.
and they're really good at smoking and drying seal meat and salmon. So we basically just need to watch some YouTube videos on how to do the same thing they do. Even some of the native Southwest Indians and the way that I'm sure YouTube's got videos for everything. I guarantee you somebody shows
Yeah, you do.
how to dry out meat in the Southwest.
Certain way, you got to slice them a certain way, and you get these long strips and everything. But out where we're at, I don't know if they got the same fly issue, but fuck, we've got like UNICEF flies, dude. If we were in third world country, it'd be like flies all over us and everything. I don't know if we can hang meat out there without putting in some sort of a smoker to keep the flies out.
Well, I think we can use citronella and stuff to keep some of the insects away, but we've never really. We just spray some DEET on us when we go and do our night walks. But I think there's only been one night we went out there where the bugs were. I found them to be kind of annoying. It's not usually too bad.
And Billy Bird, do you just figure that out and get back to us on that? Let us know. Oh, right on. Thanks, man.
Oh, it's your amateur radio thing.
Oh, right on.
Thank you. He's all sized. Right, Max? Thank you, sir.
Hey, take care. Thank you.
Ooh, look at that. Neighbor just brought us some mail that was delivered to the wrong box, and it's ham radio, amateur radio stuff. So it's awesome.
Buddy. Let's see what this says. We don't accept your kind here. Go away. Stick with a CB.
Yeah, we've heard about you. We
Yeah,
don't want you
exactly.
on our radio band.
FAQ.
Use that picture.
Adventure is waiting. Look at that. Yeah.
And somebody's soldering.
Yeah, it's a different kind of solder. I can't use my plumber solder. Oh, it's just my membership stuff. I join these guys. Join the ARRL. Amateur Radio Relay League is what this stands for. Join them, and this is, I guess, is my little membership.
His
packet.
little welcome packet. It's
Cool.
adorable.
Yay! Now, if I can just get my license, that'll be a trick. Sweet. Where are we at here?
No, though, I don't think the Mormons come by here anymore. I think Mike scared them off in the past. They probably got this house like checkmarked. Like here's your map on your route today, and then there's a red X, and like skip this house. I need to get something to drink.
That guy will think you're trying to rob him or something, and he'll fuck with you, which is exactly what I did. Good to meet you, Flavia. Hey, Flavia. There's me from Brazil. Really? Sao Paulo? Nice. Check my survival basics playlist for foraging. Mormons again. They're okay. You know what? I work for some Mormon guys. They were the greatest guys in the world. They are major preppers, dude. And they're really good preppers. I mean, these guys had 55-gallon drums lined along the whole wall in the closet area. There must have been, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 of them. Good stuff. You know, they're great preppers.
Hey, tell me if I unplug this video looks okay, because that light's really bothering me.
Oh, yeah, you're all right. Yeah, if it's too bright, go for it.
Any made coffee?
No.
I'll just get some water.
No, I don't have any fresh coffee yet. I know I'm lagging. Jackhammer Mike, you suck. Suck less, dude. Yeah, hey, Flavia, that's awesome. How's life down in Brazil? Hope you're surviving. You must be okay because you've got internet. So that's cool. Bob, I can sell paracord art. I've sold I sold a really nice walking stick for about $250. For you though, I'll tell you what, Bob, send me your wrist size. I'll make you something. And what you got to do is you got to basically just take a cord and just wrap it around your wrist. And then once you get it firm, however you want it. I don't know if you like them firm, you like them loose, whatever. But put that wrap of cord around your wrist and then lay it out on a tape measure and give me your measurements because they're critical. Depending on the bracelet I make, I might have to go longer. I probably have to go longer with it to get it to fit the way you need it. But yeah, I'll make you one. But you got to get me your wrist size. Scotch to coffee. Well, yeah, but I kind of drink coffee all day long. And I just ran out of scotch, so I'm going to have to make a storm run.
And I'm drinking the distilled water with the D
yum
earth in it. So it looks like I'm drinking chalk, but it's delicious.
Gross. Nice.
You and your wet nose. What's your?
I know, you big old slobber puss. And a bucket of 550. How to's also what?
Paracord?
Oh, bucket of 550. Cool.
Yeah, I have one in my room. He makes them. Actually, isn't there one back here?
No.
The bucket with the.
No, the strings are inside. Yeah, but yeah, you did take a little jar or whatever, put a hole on the top, and you can just pull out whatever.
Is that what you're talking about? Is the paracord? Yeah, this is DE and what's the
distilled water?
Distilled water with DE in it, and I've been drinking it for like I don't know 4 or 5 days now.
Any natural herbs? Yeah, marijuana.
I have tea. I have the wild lettuce tea that I make, and I had some tea that Nick sent me, but it's gone. And I have some black tea, I think. But yeah, I drink the Oh, Billy Bird, you drink DE? Good. That makes 2 of us. And you're still alive. Good deal. All
Cheers,
right.
my sick cat. Cool.
And the wild lettuce tea, I make that sometimes. The stuff I get on Amazon, like, I don't know. I like this DE.
Like 25-pound bag. It was huge.
It's a 5-pound bag, but it's literally
it was big.
It's like a 2-year supply. If you drink a teaspoon a day or 2 teaspoons a day or whatever, it's like a 2-year supply. So, and I don't remember what I paid, but it was like $17 or something like that. I don't know. And it's literally, I think it'll last me like 2 years.
Food grade DE. Don't get the stuff that you get at the pool supply store.
Yeah, it is food grade. I knew nothing about it. I just found out like a week ago that this stuff even existed, and I researched it and said, "What the hell? Why not?" So I got a big bag, and it's a huge bag.
Yeah, robbery. Yeah, cannabis is a great herb. A lot of medicinal stuff that they don't let us have, don't let us use because it's going to kill a lot of the pharmaceutical companies.
I take CBD oil every day, once or twice a day. So, yeah, I'm trying to get away from the pharmaceuticals and getting into the natural. I've got, colloidal silver, DE, and CBD oil and stuff like that, and the wild lettuce tea. There is that other stuff that's a big deal now. I can't remember what it's called. It's like there's a diet I think it starts with a K or an H. I don't remember what it is. That seems to be kind of a big deal right now, and that's more natural. A lot of people are going away from the manufactured artificial shit to the natural, and it's cool.
Yeah, Syntax max about 150-ish pounds or so.
Mostly in his head.
Yeah, exactly. So
about 90 of it's his head.
You want to wrestle him?
I call him Horsehead. Horsehead. See, he knows his name now when I call it Horsehead.
Okay, Max only eats raw. So he only eats raw chicken leg quarters, and he crunches all those bones like pretzels. He only eats marrow bones, so he gets big, femur bones and stuff like that are raw, and he's sucking out the marrow. He gets rib bones, and
no dog food.
Crunches all that shit. Yeah, he doesn't do kibble. He doesn't do dog food, canned shit. All it is hardcore stuff. So his jaws are like as strong as you can get. So yeah, if you want to wrestle him, that'd be great. Try to take his blanket from him. He'll be sorry. Oh, Maxwell. Nah, he's a big marshmallow dude. Great Danes are awesome, but and they're scary looking, and most people are really intimidated by him, thankfully, because he's such a puss. He is. He's really much of he's a puss.
He won't hop up.
He won't because I've never let him do that because they're so big. I just don't want him knocking somebody over. Up here. Can you jump up? Here you go. Get him. Come here, get him, Max. I don't even know what that is, dude.
The tubers want to see you. You're not. Come here. Yeah, that's about all you're gonna get.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know what that is. I've just never let him jump up. They're so big. I don't want him jumping on people.
Yeah, because he leans on me and he can knock me over just by going like this.
Yeah, he's just late, leans into you when you're scratching him or something, and his weight will push you over. Yeah, he said he's about 150 pounds.
I weigh like the same that Max does, so it's kind of
a draw.
Well, he usually wins because he's got leverage. He's got the low center of gravity.
He is very cool. I mean, Danes are awesome dogs. But they are annoying because they're like big lap dogs and they want to be on your lap. They want to be touched and they just want to be petted all the time. And it's annoying because they're so big. All I get is Max's nose up in my arms, or I might be typing on the computer and I get the elbow or the nose up in my arm. You. Yes, you. And it's just annoying. And they're so big that, yeah, it's really, you got to be a weird breed to have a Dane.
You have that horse in the house all the time. There's only 3 of us in the whole house, so there's room.
It doesn't take anybody to train Jack. It doesn't. You can train your dog yourself. It's easy. I'll tell you what. I'll have to do a video. When I had 2 of these guys, and we lost his brother a couple years ago. But when I had these two guys when they were small, I used to take my walking stick and I would just point it, have it in front of me, and I would just not let them go in front of that stick. And they learned just like that. Don't go in front of the stick. Don't go in front of dad. And they were always behind me. It's really easy to train these dogs. They're super smart, and they're just big marshmallows. They don't care.
Are there any women in here? Or is this just a big sausage party?
I didn't have the house or the horse in the house all the time. Well, because it's better for him to be in the house. We kind of really think that if somebody's gonna like break into the back of the house, they're gonna see this big freaking giant enormous doggy door, and they're gonna wonder what the fuck is gonna be coming through that thing, because this dude is big, and I had to make a custom made dog door to get him in and out of the house. So yeah, he's always in the house. That's the best protection ever. Oh, you ought to hear when people knock on the door. He goes ape shit. Oh, man. And he's got such a really deep bark. Nobody's going to try to break in to this place.
A chihuahua. I wouldn't say that out
Whatever. A chihuahua. That's just a cat with personality.
Prepping Sapper. How's the weather there? Do you miss Arizona yet?
Yeah, right. Yeah, some of you guys were asking about like winter clothes.
Winter clothes.
Winter clothes. He's in shorts, t-shirts.
Yeah, this is
At the balmy 68
December
degrees.
December 10th or whatever it is today. Yeah. We're wearing t-shirts and shorts, so yeah, that's our winter clothing.
Chihuahua is the alarm only. Yeah, that's pretty much for sure. Yeah, they are yappy. Yeah, really. There are no girls on this. Sheepdog's wearing flip-flops. Yeah, but you're in Arizona, dude. That doesn't count. Let's see. It's curious. Flavia Sobral or something like that is in Brazil, dude. We got a person in Brazil.
Really?
Yeah.
I knew what was wrong with some of these.
Because you didn't turn them upside down and clear the airway out of them. So they're all dried up.
No, some of them some of them never, ever, no paint ever came out of them. I don't know.
Currently 29 degrees. Slapper is nice. That sucks. Brr.
I think it's 70 here.
29 degrees would make my basket shrivel. Ugh.
71 degrees here.
Really?
Yeah, on December 9th.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Nice.
How can it be 29 degrees there and 71 here?
Damn.
I could tell you why, but you probably don't want to hear it. Oh, it's because the globe is angled on an axis and the sun rays aren't hitting you directly. They're hitting you. Fuck off.
Well, the rotation of the Earth will bring the northern hemisphere further south, or farther away from the sun.
We do not want to get going down this road.
Actually, I think it would be kind of funny, but no, I don't want to do that. 32 here, Bob. Oh, Bob, that stuff sucks. Doesn't get real cold. Not in the desert so much. I mean, what's your definition of real cold?
It'll get into the mid 30s.
Yeah, it's actually only been in the low 50s, high 40s. So far this year, we haven't really had a real cold snap, but it will get down.
I've never seen. There's no ice. It doesn't get freezing. It hasn't yet.
I've worked actually a couple of times at night where in February, it was like 29 degrees. So, I mean, it will get cold, but for the most part, no.
Yeah, it's a dry cold.
Yeah.
I like that. Exactly.
Yeah, that's right, sheepdog. There's a freeze warnings here every now and then. 43 degrees in Evans, Colorado.
I think the freeze warnings here are more like just to pretend like we're part of the rest of the country. Like, oh, we have one too.
Yeah, we want to feel like there is a winter.
It only gets to like 40. It's like, well, but we had the warning. It was just a warning.
Dry cold. It's funny. Anybody from Tucson? JCB is from Tucson, but it doesn't appear like he's online. Easy get doing the warnings. Yeah, sometimes. I mean, shit, it was all foggy yesterday, Bob. Got up and I was going to go get a haircut, and I was kind of hungover, so I really didn't feel like going. And I looked out the window, and it was just fog. So it's like, yeah, nah, I'm not going. I'm going back to bed. Sleep it off. I slept till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Sometimes you get dew on your windshield in the morning.
Yeah.
But we're pretty spoiled here weather-wise, but we pay for it in the summer.
Yeah, that's the one drawback. You know, you get nice weather in the wintertime, but yeah, if you can handle 115 degree heat, you know, there you have it. Flavia, that's the one that's in our Brazilian brethren.
I think it's Flavia.
Flavia.
Is Flavia male or female?
It looks like
I
a
can't
girl's
tell.
picture.
I don't know. Maybe there's a female.
Are you a girl?
I think.
Are you a woman?
I think
Flavia?
I think Flavia is female.
You want to marry me so you can come up here and get a green card? You didn't just say that. Did I say that out loud? Shit.
You don't want to come to America. We're
We're pretty messed up.
yeah, we're like that close to civil war. You don't want to be up here.
Yeah, but I think they're eating zoo animals in Brazil now, aren't
No.
they? They ate the Brazilian soccer team. No? Are we just denigrating down into the freaking gutter?
Well, we do have guns.
Yeah, we do. We can't defend ourselves. We have lots of guns. As long as you can put them back together again once you pull them apart. I'm embarrassed to show you my fucking Mossberg is like.
Yeah, it looks.
It's pretty sad. Oh, in Venezuela they are. Well, that's what Sheepdog's saying. Well, soccer time, it's one of the best in the world. I know you guys are all into that soccer stuff. Later, Mark. Cannabis legal in Arizona. Only medical. They've had the hardest time trying to pass recreational, but it just almost did it this time. Next year, it probably will. I'm going to be all over that shit. What about Brazil? Since President Trump is doing lots of business here. Cool. What does Brazil have for natural resources?
You have oil. A lot of oil in South America.
It's in Venezuela. That's a sad thing. You know, Venezuela is just swimming in oil and freaking people are starving down there.
I heard that's
so sucks.
I heard that's a psyop. They're not really. That's all bullshit. But who knows? A lot of fat, starving people down there.
Yeah, right.
No, you don't want us in Brazil.
Speaking of fat, starving people, you want to go eat Mexican food?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take you over. Well, I'll buy you dinner. Let's go to Marino's. Or you want to go to Taco, whatever that is, next to your...
I like that place.
The burger joint?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Let's go there. I don't like Marino's very much.
I don't think their food's very good.
Nah. Okay.
Mexican food in Arizona should be way better than that.
Yeah, exactly. And they're really not. That Los Olivos was really good. That's like my favorite. But
Bob wants to know what the temperature there is in Brazil right now. Don't throw no Celsius nonsense at us either. Give us that American.
Yeah, we
Fahrenheit.
don't do the metric system here. Venezuela coming to Brazil. No shit. We don't have any food in Venezuela anymore.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. I think that might be all bullshit. I don't know what's going on over there. I'm not going to find out either.
No.
You'll be here in 20 hours for Mexican food? Okay.
Yeah, it's not necessarily worth the drive, dude. Our Mexican food is more like Mexican wannabe. I haven't found a really good hole-in-the-wall restaurant yet.
I know where somebody told me where there is one.
Where?
It's on Power.
Power
There's
and
supposed
what?
to be some sort of a taco shack
A
there that's
dive?
supposed to be amazing. Yeah.
Let's go try it.
I don't know exactly where. I just
No?
know it's on Power. I think it's between. It's near.
It might be that burrito place.
I think it's near Pecos.
We should go look for it. I really want some really good Mexican food.
I don't know if they'll be open on a Sunday. Maybe I don't know. It's like a mom and pop taqueria thing. So
Okay. You know what? I think I know what you're talking
it's
about.
like a burrito.
There's
shack.
a burrito shack up there.
Yeah, it's something like that. It's supposed to be really good.
Okay, I know where it's at. Let's try it out. It's a total hole in the wall.
It's 85 Fahrenheit where you're at right now. Nice.
No way.
No, that's
Oh
good.
yeah, it's Southern
It's
Hemisphere.
it's your summer right now,
Yeah.
though, right?
Well, they have summer in Australia during Christmas.
Because the
Nice.
sun has moved further out on its circuit on the flat Earth.
Taco Bell. Whatever. I mean, they had some decent stuff.
We had Taco Bell on the way out to cash our stuff. We grabbed some Taco Bell and ate it on the way out to the camp contingency. And Taco Bell in the right time setting is great.
Well, you got Brazilian food. Brazilian food, I hear, rocks. I don't know of any Brazilian. There's a couple, but I haven't really ever gone in to have some real authentic Brazilian.
You know what's
food.
really good is authentic Cuban.
Cuban food.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh, that would rock.
Hope Marie knows how to make some of that stuff.
She's not on the chat either. That sucks.
No, she's dealing with some
Oh,
personal stuff. Yeah, that's. Well, I don't drink, but yeah, sometimes at 2 a.m. I am awake and I'm hungry, and Taco Bell. It's the only game in town.
making me hungry. Yeah, I'm getting hungry too. No time to go get some chow.
Yeah, I think we've accomplished all
Exhausted
we
this
set out to accomplish
live
here.
stream.
At some point, way back in the video, we actually did talk about harnesses and chest rigs, but
Hope we answered some questions.
there's only so much you can talk about a chest rig,
Yeah, right.
right, Max?
It's either there or it's not. There's some good ones out there, but you know, Condor is very value added, great price, extremely durable.
And I put my shotgun shell holder on it here while we were talking.
Yep.
It's all woven in nice and tight. So
It's multiple pouches, and yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with a Condor, and it won't break the bank at all. So that's my recommendation. I think it's TCP's recommendation too. We both have Condor. It works, and it's proven. My son's been beating his gear up for 2 years now. I think I've had mine for a year and a half, and there's no stitching out of place.
yeah, if you have an airsoft place near you, go there and look and see the stuff they got on the wall. They've got
Go check out the gear the guys are wearing.
Yeah, they've got AR-15 magazine pouches and medical pouches. They've got all of it. So
Yep.
go get some. It's solid. Like I said, I trust this Condor.
Oh, should we
stuff.
talk about grenades? Let's do a grenade real quick.
You can go
do an
ahead.
airsoft
I don't
grenade?
know anything about
All
it.
right, stand by. Let's do an airsoft grenade. Okay.
It's not my wheelhouse, but all right. Well, he's getting an airsoft grenade. What do we got here? Yeah, Condor. I don't know. Maybe they should throw us some endorsement stuff our way because I like it. Okay, here comes Mike with his airsoft grenades.
All right. Well, only because Sappers had a one that he did. I've got different ones that I use. This is called a Thunder Beam, and it doesn't take an injection of green gas or anything else. It takes a CO2 cartridge that goes into this bad boy. I'm not going to put the trigger on it. I'm just going to pull it back and put the pin in it. This one's like a brand new one, so it's a little bit stiff, hard to operate. And early warning, I'll tell you, early warning signs, yeah, these are really good for it. They're loud as fuck. Oop. And what we typically do, and because it doesn't take green gas, it takes the cartridge, CO2 cartridge, it won't leak out. So you put that bad boy in like that. I put Teflon tape on here not only to give it a little bit better seal, but it identifies our grenades as some of the, opposed to some of the other guys that are out there that don't have this marking. We know what our grenades will do. And so you basically just pull that pin and you let it rock. So let's pull that back just a little bit, pull that down, and well, I wasn't going to blow your laptop up.
I wouldn't hold that. You'd be like that guy.
Oh, it leaked out. Let me go get another one so you guys can hear it. That sucked. Boy, anticlimactic for sure. See my table tilted a little bit.
I think he's trying to blow up my laptop. I'm going to grab all my shit here in case I don't know what this thing's going to do. I don't want to be part of it. Yeah, I don't. He's going to blow up one of these things. I don't know what they do. I just don't want to be anywhere near it. I don't trust this shit.
I'll move it. I'm sorry. I really didn't think about putting it there. The cool thing about it too is, depending on the arena and who's running it, we can throw BBs in here, and it's like a total frag grenade. It rocks. I better cock it before I put the cartridge in there, because if my finger slips, it's going to go off in my hand. But they're loud as shit. It's a good little early warning device. It's not as good as a shotgun primer.
Can you drop it on the ground?
Yeah, I'll put it on the ground. I'm sorry, I didn't think about the computer.
Our phones are sitting there and everything.
That's
Coffee mug. I was like, holy shit.
It's gonna blow out the bottom of the canister. It's not gonna like shrapnel everywhere. But all right, tubers, here we go.
Is this like a plug your ear thing? Okay.
So there you have it. Airsoft early warning. Wow. Fun stuff. It is pretty loud. So they work. Yeah, if you set this up right and somebody pulls that pin out of there, early warning. And the cool thing about it is that these won't ever go out. They won't leak until you actually hit that thing. So cool. All right, I'm ready for some beaner food.
On that note,
and I'm half beaner, so don't get your panties in a bunch of being a racist. I'm half beaner. I can say that stuff. Gringos.
there are ex-military here. I know Mike and I and Sappers, and who else is ex-military? I don't know.
Y'all ran fast. Yeah, we were pretty good for a couple of old geezers.
And we just got a Proton Mail individual volunteering to be the Operation Safe Space representative for Great Falls, Montana.
Woo! Nice.
So awesome. Way to go, Great Falls. I'll get your information into the next update video, and I'll be emailing you here shortly. So thank you for that. I'm sure the people in the Great Falls area will like having someone that they can contact if they're interested in forming a group in that area. So thank you.
Bobby, I am Jackhammer Mike, but if you want to call me Colt, cool. Call me whatever you want. And I'm ready to go eat some chow.
Yeah, we're gonna go. So everybody,
Love you guys.
Thank you. Take care. Peace.
Thanks for hanging out.
Let's see here, and we are